Hi guys, yeah, it's me again. I'm back for my talk about grief and my personal experiences. As I said in my last video, I've been going to funerals, family funerals from a young age. Starting with my nan. I was like 11 years old and my nan passed away, and I remember, me crying, just not wanting to leave the hospital. My uncle saying, I have to go, kind of thing, or whatever. And then the funeral happens, family comes over from overseas, the funeral happens, and so forth. And you know, because you're so young, you don't really register what is actually happening fully. You don't really know the impact that it has on you to a full extent because you're still young. Yeah, I felt pain, I felt sad. How I would describe it when I was younger, I was sad, I was upset. I miss my nan because, we was quite close and stuff. But you're not really taught, or you're not really told about how to deal with it. You're not really ready for the experience. You're not shown. It's not spoke about, in a sense, to say, okay, this is what happens, or you may feel like this, but come and speak to me. There was like none of that. So you just kind of experience a death of someone so close, and that's it. Like it ends, and you just kind of move on. Because you're young, you just don't really register. You just continue, go to school, do what you're doing, and things like that. So, I just think it needs to be spoke about more, especially in our community. Because I think as Black people as well, we just tend to suppress. I know I suppress a lot of feelings rather than speaking about it. And when I do, I'm asked about it, I kind of seize up, or I just feel uncomfortable. Like, I just want to get agitated. Like, don't ask me nothing. Like, why are you asking me that kind of thing when it doesn't make any sense? You should be able to ask those things, and you should be able to say, oh, I feel like this today, or I feel like that. I felt depressed today, or do you know what I mean? But I will listen to other people, or I will give advice to other people and say, try do this, try do that. How do you feel, kind of thing. But then when it's me, and I'm asking them questions, it's like, I'm fine, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm cool. Like, and I just don't want to be asked nothing more, change the subject. I don't know if it's because of the pain. I feel like I'm going to bring up pain that I don't want to bring up. I don't want to feel no more pain that I've already feeling, if that makes sense. So, yeah, losing my nan was one of the closest people. My stepdad and my auntie, but obviously my nan was one of the closest. So losing her at 11 years old, it was just like, wow. But then you don't really think about it after that. You don't really acknowledge that you do acknowledge that she's gone, but you don't actually register everything, the whole process of it. As you get older now, that's when you start more realizing what it's all about. You start feeling the pain even more so, because you build more stronger relationships with people. You have that time with them. You have time to speak to them. Years go by, so you build stronger relationships. You get more tighter with the person. Whereas when you're young, you only have a short space of time with them once they pass away. Like if they pass away when you're a young age, you've just that short period of time. But obviously, like when you get to your late 20s and things like that, you've had that long period of time with that person. So the pain hits different. The pain hits differently. So obviously, deaths continue throughout my life, and I used to go funerals with my mum, because obviously, like, my mum was close as well, and I used to go funerals with my mum. Like, there was someone who passed away, was at school, so we all went to that funeral, but there was no, like, counselling that I remember of that they gave us in school or anything like that as well. So it's just like, you go to the funeral, everyone's crying, you're hugging each other, and you kind of like, yeah, that's it. You're back at school again. So as now I'm older, it's like I'm registering grief, I'm registering death, I'm registering loss more. It's hard. It's a hard, hurtful pain. It's just painful. It's just like a wrenching pain in your body. It just takes a toll on you. if it's not dealt with or it's not spoke about, I suppose, and if you're not, you shouldn't even have to be strong enough to deal with it as well. But I feel like if you're not strong enough to deal with it, then it can break you more than you think. And even if you are strong, it's still going to break you. Probably not as quick, but it will. So yeah, I feel like now I'm older. Now I'm kind of a bit wiser to death and loss, and you know, my mum passing, it just made me realize a lot of things and a lot of my feelings as well, that I need to talk. I need to get it out there. I need to express it. You know, my mum's best friend, like from, I think I was probably a baby or before she's even had me, they were close. When she passed away, the pain, the crying, like it was my parent kind of thing. And I was just like, wow, because I was older then and we had a bond, and it touched me. It hurt. I was thinking, wow, how does her children feel? You know, if I feel like this kind of thing. And the pain, it just hurt so much because she was close. I just remember walking in and out the church, and you know, someone asked me if it was my mum, kind of thing, and I'm like, no, it's not my mum, but you know, but she was close. She was like an auntie kind of thing. So it does break you as the person gets closer, as you get older, and you have that stronger relationship. It hurts, and then you kind of just carry on again. Your life just continues without that being dealt with. So yeah, it's a lot. So people, I will say, you know, you need to speak, and this is for myself as well. You need to talk. You need to let it out. However you need to grieve, whether you cry, whether you shout, whether you scream, whether you go for your walks, if you have to go therapy, which probably is going to be the next thing, then do so, because it eats you up so much. It eats you up. It's unbearable. The sleepless nights, and then you're just tired throughout the day. The tossing and turning, the dreams, the visions, just your thoughts are just continuous. It just continues and continues. It's a lot to handle. It is a lot to handle. You know, it's just hard to describe. But yeah, just a little touch on, you know, the experience of losing my nan and then losing another person close to me between the ages of 11 up to, I think I might have been 29, 30. You know, when I lost, obviously, my mum's best friend as well. You know, just the difference, how I registered it when I was 11 to how I registered it at that age, 29, 30, completely different. You know, even though, but the memory of the loss is still there, even from 11 till now. You know, like I said, I remember my nan's funeral like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? So even though I remember that, the pain of it, I don't kind of remember. I just remember crying on when she passed. But the pain of, say, losing my mum's best friend, that heartache is still there in a sense, and that pain and the feeling of, and just knowing more how it affects you more at this, like, now I'm older. So it is a process. It is a continuous process as well. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to release that little bit now again, and I think I will be speaking about my mum and losing my mum. That's going to be the hardest one for me, really. So yeah, stay tuned, and you know, along the weeks there will be like other guests as well that I'll be kind of talking to, and we'll be sharing our experiences with each other as well. So yeah, continue to share, like, and subscribe to the page. I'm hoping that it will help other people as well. And if you feel like you want to share anything as well, just feel free to message, comment. Yeah, appreciate it. Have a blessed day.